sure these days many of you would be able to relate to feelings of helplessness, sadness, loneliness, frustrations, anxieties, uncertainty, maybe even anger. All of these feelings are absolutely justified responses to the current COVID-19 situation. But sometimes our cognitive dissonance, let's say our irrational thoughts, make us more vulnerable to these distressing feelings. Let me try to help you cope with these distressing feelings by helping you understand how to challenge your cognitive dissonance or your irrational thinking. First of all, we are not helpless. Many of us hesitate in asking for help because either we are shy or are embarrassed or are too influenced by our ego and are afraid to show any weakness. These are all our irrational thoughts. You will be surprised at how kind people can be, and many of your family and friends would be eager to help you in any way possible. And also remember, if you have asked for help or are planning to ask for help, and if you get a cold response, remember, not everyone is the same. Try again. I'm sure you know more than just one person. One way of reducing our anxieties and frustrations is by not comparing ourselves to others around us. Keeping the pandemic in view. If someone that you know gets infected by the virus, it does not mean that the same is going to happen to you. You simply need to keep following and maintaining the preventive measures. They have kept you safe so far, and they will do so in the future. Paranoid and irrational thinking is not going to help you. Also, please do not follow fake distressing news. We all need to filter out misinformation and conspiracy theories from our lives, especially those concerning this pandemic, because they only add to our anxieties. Connect with your family and friends if you're feeling lonely or sad. During this pandemic, many of us have taken isolation a bit too far, and after having been isolated for so long, we have become hesitant in connecting with our friends. We have become unsure about socializing again. But many countries are now allowing social gathering in small numbers with physical distance in place. Keep the rules and regulations of your country in view. If you are allowed to meet your friends in small numbers, please do. Interacting with your peers is always beneficial. And remember, we all are still social animals. This pandemic has seen a rise in breakups and divorces. If you have suffered from a breakup or a divorce, you may be heartbroken. But it may not be as bad as you're perceiving it to be. A crisis situation brings out the best or the worst in people. This means that your relationship was either already very toxic or you were being deceived. Either way, take it as a new positive change. Feel empowered to be free and be independent. Move on and look forward to being with someone who would appreciate you and who would bring out the best in you. All of humanity is experiencing a new uncertainty. Some people are also sensing a lack of control over their lives. The question is, did we really truly ever have complete control over our lives even before the pandemic? Of course not. We can never truly have complete control over our lives. Yes, there are aspects in our daily routine that we can control. The other things that we cannot get done ourselves, we entrust to either our parents, spouses, managers, subordinates, etc. We trust them to provide us with that sense of control over our lives. We acquire a sense of control through them. So for those of you who are feeling hopeless, who think that this is beyond your control, remember that now is the time to trust those experts who are guiding us through this pandemic, to trust those doctors who are tirelessly working to develop a vaccine against the virus. Find that sense of control through them, through the people who are working, who are out there tirelessly making efforts for our benefit, and stay hopeful.